When you talk about making it into the NHL, you probably mean as a player, right? Well, while you have the majority of players thinking that way, you have the small number of people that look at another way to skate on NHL ice, and that is by refereeing NHL games for a living. Being an NHL ref is a super cool job that comes with a lot of power, since at any given time, about half of the viewers will love and hate you. But how do those guys even get into that position? It can't just be by luck that they fall into an NHL refereeing gig, right? Well, according to the NHL Officials Association, the first step on the road to becoming an NHL ref is to get into contact with the officiating governing body of your country. USA Hockey has one, Hockey Canada has one, the Swedish Ice Hockey Association has one, the Czechs have one. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is that if your country is somewhat invested in hockey, then they probably have an officiating governing body. Once you get into contact with the proper governing body, you'll get the lowdown on what rules to enforce, how to observe a game, and anything else that is important to developing a referee. Because you have to remember, referees and linesmen develop just like players do. They have to work on their skating, they have to work on their positioning, and probably most importantly, they have to work on their focus. So it's not as easy as it looks. Imagine the endurance of a skater, but the focus of a goalie. That's a referee. Once you get settled as a referee, these governing bodies recommend that you referee as many games as you possibly can. Official, unofficial, it doesn't matter. Any experience is good experience for a ref. Speaking of training and practice, a lot of countries offer training camps and programs for referees. So it could be extremely beneficial to attend those, as even the NHL recommends it, since they say that these programs can give you the technical skill set to succeed as a pro ref. It's also great because a lot of these programs, mostly in North America, have a slew of professional referees ranging from the very top of the NHL down to the junior level of the CHL taking part. If you were trying to become a pro player, you'd probably want to join a camp that had pro players in it. So why would this be any different, right? But what the NHL says is the main difference between the people that make it as NHL referees and those that don't comes down to a couple things. First, again, it comes down to fitness. If you want to officiate the pros, you have to be able to keep up with the pros. So conditioning and skill set is a massive part of the job. So again, work on that skating and endurance if you want to be a ref. It'll help you out a ton. Next, the NHL says to just get out there and ref. Apply to your local league, whether it be Junior A, Junior B, the Hockey Etten, the Suomi Sarja, anything. Putting yourself out there is the biggest thing you could do as a ref, since you're going to have to be doing it a lot at the NHL level when you make a call others won't agree with, right? So why not start it early? Within each country, they have their own tiers of refereeing certifications. Hockey Canada has 6 levels, for example, where level 1 gets you ready to officiate minor hockey, and level 6 gets you ready to officiate key championships, like the World Juniors, the Memorial Cup, the World Championships, and even the Olympics. You want to aim for this level, of course, not only because it's the highest level of certification for refs, but because getting to referee a major tournament can be a huge entry point into the NHL. Just look at Czech linesman Libor Suchanek, who is currently the only European to put on the stripes in the NHL at the moment. He was already refereeing at the top Czech program, the Czech Extraliga, where he caught the attention of the NHL Officials Association when he was working a game in Prague with NHL referee Gord Dwyer and NHL linesman Michael Cormier, right before the 2016 World Cup of Hockey. A few months later, the NHL invited him to Toronto to officiate some AHL games, and showing some good consistency in his role, he was given an NHL full-time job. But what exactly did I mean when I said that Suchanek caught the eye of the NHL? Well, just like teams, the Officials Association has their own scouting department, where they look all over for referees and linesmen to join their ranks at the highest level of hockey. A lot of what I just talked about sounds like it's something you have to be focused on when you start young, right? And let's be honest, that's tough to do when you're trying to make the NHL as a player instead of a ref. So don't worry, the NHL hosts an officiating amateur exposure combine, which is an event held every summer for current and former hockey players so that they can learn the ways of a referee or linesman. Generally, this combine is for players that are already pretty good hockey players though, so it's for guys that have played professionally at any level, or guys that have played at any college, university, or junior level. Basically, they won't just take your average Joe. Being an NHL referee is honestly a very cool alternative to not making the NHL as a player. And if you're okay with the constant travel, the pay and benefits are really good as well. Based on some numbers floating around out there, the estimated wages for an NHL linesman can start at $110,000 a year, and it can get as high as $235,000 a year, maybe even higher. NHL referees start at $165,000 a year, and they can make as much as $360,000 a year. That's a pretty good gig if you ask me. And if you're wondering, refs and linesmen make a nice bonus during the playoffs of $12,000 for each round a linesman officiates, and an extra $18,000 a round for referees. If you want some more information on the specifics of how to become a ref, I have some good North American resources that I'll post in the description. If you're not based in North America and want to become a referee or linesman, I'd say check out the links anyways, since a lot of these professional systems mirror each other. But at the end of the day, to become a referee at the highest level, you just need to go out there and start refereeing at any level. The more years you do it for, the better the chance you'll have of living the dream of skating with the very best. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one.